Yes, but first, a taste.
Oh! Okay. Well, I am pretty sure that he just ripped out my jugular and...
What the council doesn't know won't hurt them.
And now I'm dead.
I will drain you dry for everyone to see.
That is terrible. Warning, this game contains violence and horrific written and oral imagery. Viewer discretion is advised. I was told that this was going to be a vampire dating simulator, so is this actually a horror game? I am so confused right now. Hello, my lovelies. My name is Michaela Laws, and welcome to A Bloody Party. This is a game that was made by Michaela Laws, and she is well known for creating visual novels of romance, intimacy, otames on game sites like Itch.io, Steam, Twitch, or not Twitch, I'm sorry, Game Jolt, things like that. And I saw this one. This is the most recent one that she created, and it's gotten a lot of really good feedback and reviews. And so I thought, well, I'm gonna look into it, but I'm confused because it seems like it's a horror game, but also a love vampire dating game, and it has quick time events, which I think is very interesting. So it's definitely going to be more than just a regular visual novel. Thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoy the story. Well, I am intrigued to see what Michaela puts in for us. Who are we going to be? Our name is going to be, obviously, Lekake. There's no other person that we should be. And this game has full voice acting as well, which I think is going to be quite fun, because usually I have to do the voices for all the characters. Why? Why did I agree to it? What on earth possessed me to agree to such a potentially dangerous and stupid promise? Was I high? Was I too tired or stressed out to care? Probably. Either way, I was going to do it. I had to. I didn't have a choice. I was going to a vampire ball. Ooh.
Why are you doing this again?
Because I've lost control of my life.
A real answer would be nice, please. Not a sarcastic one.
I grumbled, adjusting my outfit in the mirror. Well, I can't see myself in the mirror, so apparently I'm already a vampire? I'm honestly not sure. I straightened my tie and brushed off my dress pants with a sigh. I smoothed out the waistline of my dress with a huff. Oh, so we're dressing per gender. So this is how we choose whether we're a boy or a girl. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to be... We'll be a woman for this one. But I'm interested if any of the choices change depending on what gender you choose. I don't know, because it was a stupid promise that would prove that he's wrong. You saw his face, remember? I mean, come on, a vampire ball? Give me a break. Vampires weren't real. I was probably dressing up for nothing and was going to be punked with cameras. My mind couldn't stop itself from remembering the promise I made in hilarious nostalgia.
Come on, vampires are 100% real.
Alright, well, Paul.
You're sounding like one of those weird conspiracy theorists. What proof do you have?
I have tons of proof.
Bull.
Oh, yeah?
Dear Noble Montez. Okay, I'll read that in a second here. The first act of my stupid decision was the card Powell produced from his pocket. It was strangely ornate, and something about it seemed fantastical, despite it being a piece of paper. Even the pattern on the card was deeply intricate. I couldn't help but stare, so it's imbued with vampire magic. What the heck is that?
You know that strange cafe on McCammon Street, the Raven's Kiss? I went there to stake out the place.
Raven's Kiss. Oh, that's like a goth scene kid's dream location.
And you question why girls find you creepy.
Not the point. Anyway, while I was there, I found this left in one of the booths.
Who even thinks about taking stuff from an
Would you both just shut up and read the card?
Powell, it's like, don't worry about how I got it, just read the dang thing. With a reluctant grumble, I swiped the card from the table and read the content aloud. Dear Noble Montez, you have been invited to a thrilling masquerade ball this Hallows Eve, hosted by the ever-respected Monse estate.
See, the Monse estate is this weird family that runs a blood drive clinic and...
Shut up, for God's sake. Wait until the reading is over before opening your damn mouth.
Candy's got some sass to her. As I was saying, please come in your best attire and a mask of your desire. Wow, what a rhyme. Powell gestured frantically for me to keep reading, making my eyes roll before continuing on. Drinks and hors d'oeuvres to be provided by the family. Synthetic pills upon request. Synthetic pills? Oh, that's exactly what I just said. Of what? Paul was bouncing in his seat, obviously desperate to say something despite the demand placed upon him by Candy. I continued, confused but still unconvinced. All guests must present their invitation upon arriving. Please time your arrival for 7 p.m. after the sun falls. At my final word, Powell let out a breath of air and slammed his hands on the table.
I know what synthetic pills are. They're fake blood capsules.
What, fake blood capsules? Why would a party serve
For
those?
vampires!
For role players, idiot. Have you not heard of vampire roleplay? Creepy groups of people get together and
Well, that's
pretend to
pretty
be
judgmental.
vampires with parties and crap.
That's
This is
judgmental.
probably one of those fake fetish parties and you picked up an invitation for it.
Well, it's not necessarily a fake fetish party. It would be a legitimate fetish party if people went dressed as vampires and wanted to have sex with each other because that was their kink. That would be an actual fetish party. And then judging these people as creepy and weird because there are parties where people like to dress up and roleplay and cosplay as vampires doesn't mean that it's a fetish. They just like to do it. Have you seen any scene or goth kid ever? They like to dress up with dark and occult kind of attires. I don't like
This isn't
candy.
a fake roleplay party. It's real, and there are vampires there.
That's it. I'm done listening to this crappy conspiracy theory. I'm going home.
But
I wanted to believe Powell, but I knew better. Vampires were no way, shape, or form real. Still, there was a desperate look in his eyes, as if he truly believed exactly what he was theorizing. He was a logical guy, and yet here he was talking about vampires. How can he be so sure this is
because I
real?
know, all right? I just know it. I've been researching and writing about vampires all of my life.
So he's
This
obsessed.
is too perfectly aligned to my theories.
Why, or not why, what do you even plan to do with this?
I want to go and get solid proof. I want to show everyone that vampires are indeed real and not just some goth kink people claim it is.
Despite his sincerity, a million red flags went up in my head. What if it was fake? He'd be forced out and put out on display as a public nuisance. What if it was a secret party of a cult or something? He could wind up getting involved in something illegal or wind up hurt. On the extreme end of it, what if his crazy theory was true? He'd be a human in a ball full of blood-sucking monsters, and I doubted he would survive. I couldn't let him go. No, you can't do
Why
this.
not?
I didn't even stop myself from spurting out what I said next, because I'll go for you. Why? Why on earth
You'll
did I say that?
Really go for me?
Yeah, I will. That way you can't accidentally cause a scene. If you're right, I'll bring back proof. That look on his face was almost heart-wrenching. He was very grateful, and I was internally screaming in confusion at my own actions and words. And here we are! All caught up! Alright. Powell spent an obnoxious amount of money on an outfit for me that was perfect for the ball. If there was any doubt of him actually believing in his case, the price tag was proof of his obsession. I had to admit, I looked pretty awesome in it, and if it was a fake party, then I got to keep the outfit for a real occasion later. That's a win in my books, I guess. Candy couldn't help but roll her eyes at my
If
participation
there are
in this.
any hot girls there, make sure to take a picture of them, okay?
Why? Why do you care if there are hot girls at a vampire party? That was... me and this OC character, main character here, MC, are on a very similar wavelength.
Hello? Single. Duh.
Okay, yeah, I get that, Candy. Right, will do. But what if I want to go out with them myself? Take pictures of the hot single ones I don't want, and then I'll give them to Candy. And with that, I was out the door and on my way to the party I wasn't technically invited to. Powell hadn't even arranged for a limo to drive me there. More money ignorantly spent. At least I got to drive in style. Ooh, I like that it's moving in the background. The ride caused me to think hard on my situation. Was it worth it? Probably not, but I made a promise to go for Powell, and I wasn't going to back out on my word now. Not after the money Powell had spent on me fitting in. I reaffirmed my belief vampires weren't real. I just had to go to the party, drink a little, dance a little, and leave. I wouldn't have to prove anything. I believed every word I spoke to myself, trying to quell any doubt that lingered. The sight of the misty forests around the limo solidified my calm. Then again, a party in the middle of a thick forest? I shook my head profusely and forced out an irritated growl along with my doubts. If this was a roleplay ball, they probably pulled out all of the stops. Right, this was a fake vampire party and nothing was wrong. Even when I arrived, I still held true to my thoughts. Oh my, and of course it's raining! Of course it's raining, and there's gargoyles. Perfect scene for vampires. I was stunned at the front house of the party. It was a gorgeously aged mansion. Guests dressed to the nines under dark umbrellas were climbing the front steps entering the building. It didn't help that the mansion was located in the middle of a thick forest. The night sky and trees had all around gave it almost an enchanting glow. Even the rain that fell and the mist that slowly rolled in put my mind in a fantastical haze. It was like I just jumped back in time. Was this really a roleplay party? It was really atmospheric. Stretching my umbrella out of the limbo and over my head, I exited my carriage of sorts and began my ascension up the stairs, hearing my limo leave me behind at last. To my surprise, some of the guests that were climbing alongside me stopped and stared, watching me intensely. Was something wrong? Maybe they knew I was new? I shook my head and continued on, reaching the door. I almost dropped my jaw at the sight of the doorman, a big, hulking muscle man in a suit that somehow fit him perfectly. As I settled on my feet in front of him, the man raised an eyebrow at me. Was it really that obvious that I was not actually an invited
Invitation,
guest?
please.
Oh, that deep voice, though. I silently took out the card Powell gave me and lifted it up to him. He took it and peered over the contents, affirming that it was a real invitation. After a moment, he looked back at me with a confused face, but nodded slowly and moved
Have
aside.
a good evening.
Thank you? I tried to be polite back from before walking inside. I didn't want him to look at me for too long and change his mind about me. Well, I mean, if this is a vampire ball, which I'm assuming it really is full of vampires, then they're gonna know a human a mile away, and I am 100% human, just ready to be sucked dry of blood. Entering the building left me almost breathless. The grand lobby was practically sparkling with people, all perfectly elegant and regal spread around. All of the outfits looked expensive, too. I guess it was a good choice for Powell to spend as much money as he did. A person dressed in a servant tuxedo quickly rushed over and took my umbrella, laying it by the door with a handful of others. At least I didn't have to carry it around. Standing by the entrance, I wasn't sure where to begin my investigation. I had entered, and now I was at a loss. There was a faint sound of music echoing in the hall, almost lost underneath the sound of the guests chatting to one another. It was haunting, to say the least. Where was the dance hall? Walking further in, I was greeted by many stares, but was lucky enough not to become a spotlighted person of interest. Maybe my mask had some effort on concealing who I was. It wasn't perfect, but it kept a good majority of attention on me short-lived. I want to see what my character looks like. I made my way slowly into the dance hall, where I was stunned by the music in the air and the dancing that was occurring on the dance floor. I really was back in time. The couples on the floor were waltzing as if it was second nature to them. No step was out of rhythm and no expression stood out. How was this possible? Did the guests know the dance ahead of time? That had to be the case. I slowly walked along the edge of the dance floor, still entranced by the sight of the waltzing couples. It was like being thrown into a fairy tale scene. That was until someone cleared their throat beside me, breaking me out of my immersion. Huh? I turned and became speechless. Before me was a handsome man with golden blonde hair and deep pale blue eyes. Oh, and he blinks! He simply stared at me and gave me a charming smile that I swore pulled at some heartstrings in my chest.
Good evening to you.
Oh! Oh, that voice, though. And that purple suit is, looking good on him. He is definitely pale, though. Ah, good evening to you, too. That was close.
Excellent. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, actually, I just arrived, so I can't really say.
Is that so? Well, I hope that you'll enjoy my party.
Oh, wait, his party? Ah, so you are...
William Monsey, heir to the Monsey family line.
That would explain it. He extended a hand to me, one that was slightly excited yet fearful to take. I was slightly excited yet fearful to take. In a show of some confidence, I managed to lay my hand on his. I could only watch wide-eyed as he lifted my hand to his lips and kissed over my knuckles. Oh.
And your name is?
That's slightly sexy to do for someone you just met. My name, crap, I had to think quick. I'm Lega K from the Montez? William's eyes widened a bit before he slowly lowered my hand and stood up straight with a tiny smirk. Did he know that I was lying?
Really?
I had to be confident in my fabrication. I straightened up a bit and nodded in return to his question. That was one of the quick time events, so it does matter. Yes, I mean, the invitation was addressed to the Montez family, yes? Unless there has been an error? William kept his gaze on me in obvious thought before chuckling and nodding.
You are correct. I apologize. I guess my memory is not as healthy as I thought.
Well, oh, that's right! The invitation was to the Montez family! Oh, I actually didn't remember that from earlier in the story. So this game's gonna make me remember details, and I'm gonna have to really try hard to remember that, because, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna end up with Lega K dying if I don't remember the little details of this game. Alright, you're showing your true colors, game, let's do this. At least there wasn't a first name on the invite. As the dance song changed, William held out his arm.
Well then, allow me to make up for my mistake with the dance.
I would love that. There was no way I could dance with this group of people. It all seemed planned and choreographed ahead of time. How was I going to keep up? I began to shake my hand and step back. Oh, like shake it, like no, I could possibly.
Please, I insist.
Suddenly, I felt the stare of multiple guests on me. Doing a quick glance around, I noticed a bunch of people looking in my direction, waiting to see what I would do. Was I expected to comply? A wave of nerves crashed down each vertebrae of my spine, causing me to gulp silently. I needed to agree. I needed to dance. How the hell was I going to do that? I slowly wrapped my arm around him and nodded, accepting my fate and praying to every deity that I knew to guide my feet. Alright, a dance sounds fun. William gave me a deep smile before leading me to the dance floor. I tightened my grip on his arm, and I felt a number of gazes turn to me in curiosity. That's it! I stood out. There was no confusion or denial about it now. Oh, I love that his eyes are purple. Oh, I absolutely adore that. As William stopped, I squared up to him and held out my arms, hoping to be led properly. Maybe I'd be able to wing my way through
Are
it.
you alright? You seem a little tense.
I'm fine. Let's just dance. I was just admiring your eyes. You know what? It's a romance game. Let's go for it. William seemed to stop and stare at me in surprise. However, I couldn't lie. He was pretty handsome. After a small breath, William stepped up to me and held me close, locking eyes with me.
Flatter me.
Oh, that voice though. Ooh, William. The music began to pick up, and the dance began. Click the screen when the notes line up with the black smoke. Okay, I can do that. So it's kind of rhythm-based. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. I like that this game has quick time events. I think that's a really cool way to be interactive with the visual novel beyond just reading the scripted events, and that the decisions you make are going to affect the story. I find that a great way to add a sense of value to the game. The script is really cool too, and I wonder if William is the only option for us. I also wonder how long this game is, because I'm really not sure how many divergent paths, if there are any, are in this event. Oh, that was it. The dance ended and I was surprised that I was able to keep up. How is that possible? Because I am a Beat Saber master, thank you very much. I guess I was more attentive to my surroundings than I thought. Thank God for my eyes and reflexes. William stepped away from me and bowed, ushering me to do the same in return.
Well done. I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
I did as well. I nodded to him before he led me off the dance floor back into the carpet. I adjusted my mask and looked around, now ready to move on. Well, I guess I'll... Oh! 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 His eyes are bright flippin' green now. For a moment my throat seized and my voice refused to finish my sentence. What?
Are you all right?
I looked up to see William stare down at me. However, something was different about him. Yes, his eyes have completely changed colors. Weren't his eyes blue? Why were they green? Click the yellow spots to break through the charm. Oh, he's trying to put a spell on me. Click the yellow spots to break through the charm. Wait. What? No. No. I felt like my mind was...
Perfect.
What do you plan to do with it?
It wandered into my home, so I should take care of it.
I clicked on the yellow spots!
Take care of it?
Yes, but first, a taste.
Oh! Okay. Well, I am pretty sure that he just ripped out my jugular and...
What the council doesn't know won't hurt them.
And now I'm dead.
I will drain you dry for everyone to see.
That is terrible. Feast your eyes upon me. Alright, so I thought I clicked fast enough. Apparently, I did not actually go fast enough. So, did I save the game at all? I did not. Alright, when I'm at the party, what I should actually do is save the flippin' game. Okay. I'll be back when we are at that point again so I can do it correctly. Okay, so this time, instead of admiring his eyes, we're just going to say, let's just dance. I'm fine, it's fine. Let's just dance. William smirked and quickly took his position against me, holding me in my hand possessively. Oh, possessively, okay, because those aren't blue, those are purple. I needed to focus, but his closeness to me made my head
So
spin.
eager, aren't you?
The music began to pick up, and the dance began. Okay, so now we need to do the quick time events one more time. And I'm gonna see if it changes anything. I'm sure if I fail, then it will end with us in a bad ending, and I'm not looking to do that. I want to progress the story and find a good ending, not one where my blood gets sucked dry by William, because he's just using me. So clearly William is a vampire, and is not to be trusted, despite his handsome charm. Oh god, I broke the game. I broke the game. Which, I mean, I know I break all the games that I play, but this is a visual novel. I was hoping I wouldn't break this one. The timer is over. It's on 12 o'clock. The song ended forever ago, and I'm still playing and dancing with William. I just want to get the choice to break his gaze. Why is that such a difficult thing for me to ask for? Can I please be done dancing? The music is stopping. Everyone's going to be looking at us weird at the party because we're continuing to dance on the dance floor. Can this just be over, please? Oof. I guess it was more attentive to my surroundings than I thought. Thank God for my reflexes. William stepped away from me and bowed. What? His eyes are freaking yellow? Like, beige now. They're some kind of beige blonde, kind of like his hair. Ushering for me
Well
to do the
done.
same.
I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
His eyes keep changing color. I mean, he is a vampire, so I did as well. I nodded to him before he led me back to the dance floor. Okay, so this is where he is going to try and charm us.
Are you...
I looked at William, however something was different about him. His eyes were blue, they were green. Click the yellow spots to break through the charm. Okay. I did that before, but apparently it wasn't fast enough. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna do that again. Weren't his eyes blue? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Wait. No, 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 no. Got it! Oh! We did the quick time event, thank God! Whatever had hold of my mind eventually gave up and vanished like a thought that seemed fleeting. My throat opened up once more and I was able to speak. What? William, however, continued to stare at me in confusion and concern. As I blinked and his frame shifted, his eyes returned to their soft blue tint. Why were they green in the first place? Because he was trying to eat us.
Is everything all right?
Yeah. Question William? Leave it alone. Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm gonna question him. William, why were your eyes suddenly green? William's eyes widened slightly, but his eyebrow furrowed in further confusion.
I'm sorry?
I saw your eyes turn green. Was he lying to me, or were my eyes playing a trick on me and he was hiding something? Oh, no, no, no. He was trying to eat us. Was he using a spell of some sort on me? Nevertheless, William shook his head and gently took hold of my hand, leaning forward. For a moment, my heart jumped into my throat at how close
Are
he
my
came.
eyes still green?
No, but I know what I saw. Some part of me was screaming to stop speaking. For some reason, I could feel like I was dancing on a knife's edge. Continuing this would only bring danger. I began to bite my lip, but William straightened up his posture and let out a small
It
sigh.
must have been the lights playing with your vision. Others have also mentioned my blue eyes turning green, but it always came down to the lights.
I don't believe you 1 second, but it's fine. William stood up, looked up, causing me to do the same. On the ceiling were gorgeous chandeliers, all lit with soft flames. That's right, there were candlelit chandeliers. Yellow plus blue. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm being mistaken. Was I trying to cover myself for being too suspicious, or did I truly believe the colors of the lights changed William's eyes green? No, because we've already been eaten by him, we got a bad ending, we know he is a vampire and that his eyes changed and he was actually trying to eat us! Either way, William's soft lips softened to a smile. Phew! William took a step back and bowed at the hip to me.
Well, I hope you enjoy the ball. Please feel free to eat and drink to your heart's content.
I smiled back and bowed in return. Thank you, William, and thank you for the dance. With a nod and a chuckle, William turned and disappeared into the crowd, leaving me alone at last. I couldn't help but mentally sigh. The host of the party I was infiltrating made me dance with him, and now I was on my own again. At least I was free to eat food now. There is quite a bit here. Okay, we are saving the game because... Woofty! Yes, I do want to save the game. That took a minute. I slowly made my way through the crowds towards the growing smell of fresh food. I could recognize fruits and meats of all different kinds, even chocolates. And as I reached the large table at the side of the room, I could only gasp and salivate at the sight. The table was full of different foods, ranging from ripened fruit to deliciously smoked meats and cheese. There was even a large chocolate and vanilla fondue fountain, perfectly enticing anyone to stick their hand in for fun. That would be me at the party. I would ruin it for everybody else because I'd be sticking my mouth in it. But there's cakes and everything else. Oh, that looks like a wonderful, wonderful party spread. I didn't know where to start. There were so many options. As I began to reach for something, however, a voice trickled near my ear.
To believe that William danced with that thing.
Be quiet. Don't let him hear you say that, lest you lose your privileges with the Monse family.
Ooh, okay, well, somebody doesn't like that he danced with a human.
She is right, though. Why is that thing here anyway?
I am a human, thank you very much. I have rights. They knew I didn't belong, despite me wearing a mask. But how did they know? I was in a perfect disguise because I'm pretty sure they can tell who has blood running through their veins and who's just not. The fact that I'm producing body heat was probably enough of a sign for them. Was this party truly that private where everyone knew each other? Yes, I was let in. I gritted my teeth, unappreciative of being called a thing, and continued to grab at food from the table. One bite was all it took for my mouth to start watering, in desperate need for more. How could food be this delicious? Another bite, a moan tried to escape my lips, but I successfully held it back. I began to regret not bringing a small clutch to take some food back with me. I continued to slowly grab at food I wanted and consume it, savoring each flavor I put in my mouth. This was truly
Would you
heaven.
care for a drink?
I stopped at the voice directed at me, turning to see a waiter holding up a tray of small wine glasses. The cups themselves were ornate and beautiful to look at. What was inside of them, however, made my breath halt in my throat. Each one held a dark and red liquid of some kind, thick in texture just from how they settled in the cups. It's blood! That wasn't wine. What drinks do you have?
We have the typical fare. Simply take and enjoy if you desire as such, unless you have a special request.
Phew! I didn't have to play with thick liquid I wasn't sure of. Do you have water?
Certainly. Will you be requiring a capsule?
My mind instantly went to Powell, remembering how he claimed that the capsules were full of fake blood. As Candy's reminder of vampire roleplay came to mind, I decided to take a breath and make a decision. Sure, thank you. No, thank you, just water's fine. No, I need to take back proof for Powell, so we need to take the capsule. As I agreed, I could feel a sudden wave of gazes latch onto my form. What did I just agree to? The waiter stared for a moment before nodding and walking away, most likely going to obtain my request. As I waited, I stood by the table, knowing what the waiter wouldn't or probably couldn't track me if I moved away through the crowds. It was unnerving to be alone at a party. Should I have brought Candy with me? Powell was not going to sit still, so Candy was my only other friend who would have been a comfort to stand beside. I also couldn't help but realize there was a clear circle of space around me, made by the other guests, as if they didn't want to dare be within a 3-foot radius of me. What, did I smell or something? No, I have body heat. I took a quick moment to lean my hand towards my shoulder and sniffed near my armpit. I didn't smell bad. Then why was I being isolated? Not even a minute went by before I was approached by the waiter again with a glass of water. In the waiter's hand was a teacup saucer with a capsule. I could see a thin red liquid sloshing in its container, eagerly waiting to go down my throat. What was it exactly? Was it red water? Was it syrup? Juice?
Your water.
Thank you. I collected the pill from the saucer, took the glass from the server, and nodded in appreciation. He only smiled back before vanishing into the crowd. I sighed. I was alone. I had eaten. I had my drink. Was it time to leave? Maybe. After all, I had the fake blood capsule. This was my ticket to proving whether or not Powell was telling the truth. Looking around to avoid suspicion, I pocketed the capsule. I was lucky that the dress Powell bought me had pockets. I took a sip of water, calming myself and planning what to do next. I decided to text Powell, letting him know of my findings. I placed the glass of water on the table nearby for safety. Rummaging through my pockets, I brought out my phone. My finger slid over my screen, unlocking it easily, and I guided myself to the messenger app. But just as I was about to type what I needed to say...
Mr. Monzi!
Oh. Huh? The sudden exclamation caused me to turn my head. Right behind me stood William Monzi, causing me to jump a little in sudden fright. Ah! And thus my phone dropped from my hand and slid underneath someone's foot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The look of anger on William's face could kill. Ooh! William turned and glared at the woman who had landed her high heel on my phone, taking my own rage from the situation and using it against her.
So not only do you lack talent in basic dancing, but you are also clumsy enough to step on a phone and break someone's property.
Oh, crap! Ooh, this guest is not in William's high favors.
Mr. Monzi,
Get out.
Just from his words, my breath caught in my throat. The woman he had commanded to leave shook in her spot, unconsciously digging her heel into my phone further. Hey! I stepped forward, now enraged that she was still standing on my phone, before the group the woman was with dragged her off away from me and William. William slowly let out a burning sigh before continuing to me with a concerned frown.
Are you okay?
Yes, thank you. No, my phone. I'm gonna complain about my phone because I would be very, very angry. While I was glad the woman was gone, my phone was still on the floor, screen broken beyond repair. William grimaced further.
Yes. I apologize for her stupidity.
Thank you. William stepped over and picked up the phone, observing the damage done to it. A part of my soul died looking at it. I had no means to contact Powell now, but I also thought of my financial turmoil buying a new phone would cause. Now what am I going to do?
Would you be alright using my phone instead for tonight? I assume you either wanted to call for your driver or chat with someone.
My eyes lit up at his offer. He was really going to let me use his phone? But we're using his phone to contact Powell about everyone here being vampires, which they clearly don't want getting out to the main public, so we can't actually use his phone to contact Powell? But we can say, I'm at the party, things are well, I will be home shortly, I guess. Or we could call him, because the calls probably aren't going to be monitored. Really? You wouldn't mind? William simply nodded before bringing out his phone from his pocket. To my surprise, instead of seeing a brand I recognized on the case, there was a blood red rose inscribed on the back.
Here. Do you know your driver's number or who you wanted to speak to?
I grimaced. My memory wasn't that great, but I at least remember Powell's number. Yes, I know the number I needed to contact. William passed me his phone before wiggling my broken phone in his other hand.
Allow me to dispose of this one. Later tonight, I can arrange the means to compensate you for the damages done to it and for a replacement.
Oh, wow. I felt like swooning. This guy was truly being a big help and such a gentleman. But he also wants to put you under his gaze and drink your blood. So, you know, maybe the further we're able to mingle in with everyone else will impress him and then he won't want to kill us. And that'll be a good ending. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen anyway. Thank you, William. I'd appreciate that. Without a reply, William turned and walked away back into the crowd. I looked down at William's phone, seeing it already unlocked for me. To my surprise, I saw a large blooming red rose up on his background. Did he have a liking for red roses? I shook my head and opened up his messenger app, seeing it completely void of any messages. Did he erase messages as they came? William was becoming more and more of an enigma than I thought. An interesting enigma, but a mysterious one nonetheless. I opened up a new message and typed in Powell's number before writing out my message. Powell, this is Lecca K on William Monzie's phone, the guy whose family you mentioned. I got a fake blood capsule. Can you pick me up? Why? 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 My character is so stupid. Why? My character is so stupid. Why would you write that on his phone? Oh my god. I'm gonna save my game because this can only end badly. I know that this can only end badly. My god. I checked my message twice before sending it and deleted it afterwards. There was no need to clutter William's phone with my message thread if he took care in keeping his message inbox empty. Literally seconds after I sent the message, William's phone went off signaling Powell's reply. I opened the message and took in Powell's message, wondering how the hell he was able to reply back so fast. Got it. On my way. Be there in 30. That was fast! I deleted the message and pocketed William's phone, sighing to myself. I had to wait 30 minutes? Well, I guess I could eat more. I turned to the table only to be surprised to find that my glass of water was gone. Are you serious? First my phone, now my water. I grumbled, knowing the only person I knew in this building was William, but he had vanished into the crowd. The waiter was gone and out of sight, and I was alone. For some reason, the feeling of being alone just made something in my core shudder. I didn't know anyone truly, and I just stood there. I could have left and just walked home, maybe take a taxi or a bus, but Powell was on his way. Biting my lip, I knew that I wasn't going to let myself feel like this for long. I needed to find William. I slowly made my way through the crowd, keeping an eye out for him. Maybe he was close in case he wanted his phone back? My suspicions were true. I pinned my sights at William speaking to a group of people. The conversation seemed casual from the look on his face. I made my way over and caught his attention through the crowd. Despite being in mid-conversation, he halted speaking to address me and caused the group he was talking with to be silent.
Did you contact who you needed to?
Yes, thank you. Here's your phone back. With a smile, William took his phone and pocketed it.
When do you plan to leave?
My driver will be here in 30 minutes. William frowned as I mentioned my time of departure.
Shame that you can't stay here longer. Oh well.
Turning away from his conversation partners, he held out his arm to me.
Walk with me for a bit.
Okay, hold on. I do not trust him at all, considering he has already killed us, so let's find out. I didn't have anything better to do. I gently wrapped my arm around his and followed his lead away from the group he had been speaking to. Why did he not acknowledge them? They seemed content, however, to remain in their place unaffected. William led me around the lobby and dance hall in a casual manner, allowing me to see everything about the rooms and atmosphere.
So, other than the phone accident, did you enjoy your time here?
Yes, I did. I couldn't lie. I loved the food, the dancing was exciting, and the atmosphere of the party was all very enchanting. I smiled and gently squeezed William's arm. Thank you for the wonderful time, William. William's lips curled into a smile of its own in pride, nodding at my statement.
Pleasure was mine.
At least William was able to pick up some pieces of tonight and make it not unbearable. William stopped in the corner of the dance hall, turning fully to me and taking my hands.
Well, at least allow me one chance to toast with you, for a meeting unexpected by both of us.
He was charming, and his offer was one I couldn't refuse. Sure, one toast. William turned his head and snapped his fingers, the sound echoing lightly in the room. Within moments, a waiter arrived with a tray of glasses, ones that I recognized. I couldn't help but gulp silently. Did he really want me to toast with a glass of that? William took up 2 glasses from the tray and offered me one, letting me know that I was going to have a toast with it. Despite every fiber of my being waving red flags into my brain, I reached out and took a glass out of respect. I was not going to object to his request. As his hands became free, he lifted the glass towards me with his other hand.
To our meeting.
Oh, those vampire lips, though. To our meeting. Okay. Our glasses clinked and the toast was made. Now to drink. I am going to get an STD or a bloodborne illness from this because I am a human and not a vampire, and this is not how we do things. William gently lifted his glass to his lips and sipped from it, but kept his eyes on me. At that moment, I could feel the eyes of everyone in the room piercing me. Why was I on display once again? My fear began to strike hard into my soul with doubt and a sudden theory. What if Powell was right? What if everyone here was a vampire and I was about to drink blood? The vampires had watched me the entire night, and now I was about to make a decision that all of them seemed interested in. The more sane part of my brain, however, began to fight back. This was just a toast with the host of the party. They were intrigued by someone whom they obviously knew was new, and the drink was nothing more than the fake blood, maybe even a thick juice or wine. I began to mentally battle myself. Should I trust my instincts? Should I listen to reason? Should I believe in doubt? Should I shake it off? You know what? These are all excellent, excellent questions, and I'm going to save my game because we're going to pick the options to both drink and not drink the wine to see what happens. I had seconds to decide. You know what? We're going to drink it. I couldn't let my fear get to me. I had to drink it. In an overwhelming burst of confidence, I leaned my head back and chugged the drink down. Please don't let it be what I think it is. Click your glass to drink. Okay. Powell was right. Powell was absolutely right. What I guzzled down my throat was blood. The metallic sting, the coppery scent, the iron aftertaste. I, without a doubt, forced myself to swallow blood from a wine glass and a toast with a vampire. Stay calm. I had to stay calm. I had to remain calm if I didn't want to be found out. Yeah, if we ran, we would be dead. This was crazy. What was happening? What was reality? I could only stand there taking in the fact that I had tasted blood in a room full of vampires. No normal human would drink blood. Then what did that make me? Not a normal human, a survivor, a spy, someone willing to take the hit for someone because they didn't believe their crazy conspiracy theory? I was wrong. I was very wrong. Still, I stood calm as a stone. I would not let them win. William stared in some form of surprise. Does he expect me to fail his test as it was such?
Interesting.
What? Was that not a satisfactory toast? Silence reigned over us. There was even a hush in the crowd at what had occurred between us. I was being watched the entire night, and they expected me to fall one way or another. I would not have been surprised if they were taking bets. William stood still for a moment before giving me a charming smirk.
Did you enjoy it?
A lie escaped me. It was fine. Not the best I've had. William's eyebrow lifted in amused curiosity.
Truly.
I grinned softly, trying to lighten the tension in the air. I only joke. It was a toast that I shall remember forever. William nodded slowly, lowering his glass to a nearby
Indeed.
table. I needed to get out. I needed to find a way to escape this place with my life intact. I prepared to excuse myself from William, but he surprised me by taking my
That
hand.
reminds me. We still have to settle your phone damages.
Shit. Oh, right! I silently gulped as I stared into William's eyes. Now that I knew what he was, I could almost point out the devilish look behind his innocent gaze. I was a mouse, he was a cat, and I had entered his den as if I knew better. One last test, one last performance, and I was free to leave. Powell was on his way. I had less than 15 minutes to wait. Might as well power through it. I took the initiative and wrapped my arm around William's, urging him to lead me once more. After you. William stared before nodding and leading me through the lobby and up the grand stairs. I could feel every vampire burn their surprise into my body with their gazes. I could only hope that I would be able to get out alive. Maybe there was a way where he was taking me. I was guided to a bedroom, assumedly his. I had expected to be brought into an office of some sort, but I should have known he had other plans. Still, I stepped in, ready to fight and claw my way out. At least we were alone. If I was going to go down, I would go down fighting one person and not a practical party full of vampires.
You intrigue me.
I hardened my soul and turned to William as he closed the door to the room. I prepared for anything, only shaken at the sound of the door locking, echoing through the space.
You come to my party with a stolen invitation and you pass yourself off as one of us. To what gain?
Tell the truth or tell a lie? You know what? We're already here. We're already at this point. Let's tell the truth. Why not? He was a vampire and knew exactly who I was. There's no reason to lie about it now. My friend's a conspiracy theorist who believes vampires are real, and instead of him coming to the party, I came in his stead, knowing he would do something stupid.
As stupid as going to a vampire ball at all. Imagining the risks.
William scoffed slightly before slowly walking towards me, his shadow slowly engulfing my form.
Well, whatever your reason was, you are here now.
I took a step back with every forward step he made until my back of the calves hit the edge of the bed. I refused to fall back, letting him tower over me with his chest against mine.
So, what will you do now? You've flown haphazardly into the spider's web and have no means of escape.
Does that mean you intend to kill me?
The thought has crossed my mind.
I could feel the tease of death caress my spine, taunting me of a future I did not wish to see. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to be the victim of a vampire. William burned his gaze into my soul, and he gripped my hips in a possessive hold.
Rather, why kill you? when I can break you.
What does that even mean? My heart almost stopped. What did he mean? Oh, right there. His eyes instantly turned green and my mind began to melt. No, 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 no. I fought back against the strange hold on me with all my might before I finally pushed William back, causing him to topple to the floor from the sudden attack. As his body hit the floor, I seized the opportunity. Escape or pin William down. Ooh, okay. Pin him down? We would not win. Let's escape. I bolted towards the window and flew through it, desperate to escape. I rolled to my side, trying to lessen the damage of landing on the grass as I tumbled to the ground by tucking into myself for a roll of some sort. Ah! The crash of my body against the ground shot both immense pain and adrenaline through me, despite the roll, but I couldn't stay there. I had to run. I pounded my palms to the ground and forced myself up, letting my carnal need to survive take control of my limbs. I limped my way to the gate, thankful that the guard at the door had barely taken in my form before attempting to run at me. The second my feet hit the ground, the guard stopped in his tracks, as if some powerful force kept him still. I didn't care what held him back. I continued to limp down the forest road towards the direction where Powell would come, hoping he would see me and stop. I limped for what seemed like an eternity, until my body could no longer stay up. I collapsed on the dirt road, feeling pain rush through me at last, and not having the strength to fight back anymore. Please don't let them get me. Don't let them. I couldn't even lift my head, but I knew someone loomed over me at that very moment. I prayed it wasn't a vampire. Huh?
That was reckless. For a human, I'm impressed.
Who is this?
You're lucky I stopped that giant vampire from leaving that stoop. Who knows what that family would have done to you?
What?
But you're seriously hurt. I doubt you'll survive for long without proper care.
Help? Suddenly, a warmth enveloping my body. What was this?
Why are humans so reckless?
Oh. Okay.
Hey!
What happened? I opened my eyes to stare at the night sky through the trees of a forest. Why was I in the forest? My body was sore, but I was slowly able to raise myself up from lying down in the sitting position. Wait, why was I in a fancy outfit? Better question, why was I in a torn up fancy outfit in the middle of a forest? I looked around, seeing Powell rush over to me from a limo he assumedly drove and parked.
Hey, what happened to you? Are you okay?
Why does my head hurt?
Fuck, you look like hell. Let's get you home, okay? I'm so sorry.
What am I even doing
What?
here?
You don't remember?
So you're the conspiracy theorist.
Huh? Who are you?
You don't need to know. And you will never know anything else again.
What are you?
Oh! Okay. So...
Where did you take them?
You're concerned for them.
Of course! Why wouldn't I be?
I removed their memories of tonight and returned the victim back where they belonged. That man, however, will no longer think to meddle in the affairs of the supernatural.
How can you be so sure?
No one can hear him theorize from a padded cell.
Hold on, this being put Powell in a mental institution? What? It's strange. I feel incomplete somehow. I was safe at home without a plan to carry out or worry in the world, and yet something was off. What was I missing? Not even Candy was sure what was going on. She was more concerned as to why she had a random contact named Powell saved onto her phone. Did I forget something? I can only remember a glimmer of a dream. Golds and reds sparkled around me, and I was dancing on the edge of a knife. My body shuddered in remembrance, but a dream is merely a dream, right? Good end. Survival. Well, clearly that's not the good end, because I don't want to survive. I want to prosper and remember and escape with knowledge. Alright.
Hey, what the heck is this thing? I found it in your pocket.
Huh? Oh, it's the capsule. Ooh. I wonder if that triggers any memories for us? It does not. Oh, alright. Well, that is a bloody party. I am curious as to what the other endings to this game are, so I might do another video on this, just seeing what the other options are if we choose to wait for Powell and not follow him, if we choose to let William take us over, if we lie to William, if we pin him down, etc., so forth. So I'm very curious to see if we can get a different good ending, because the survival one just seems very incomplete to me. But thank you guys for being here for this. If you enjoyed it, please remember to drop a like on the series down below. And if you have other visual novels or stories that you would like to see me read and participate in, then make sure to write them down in the comment section down below. And subscribe so you don't miss whenever new visual novels and episodes on my gaming channel go live. But without taking up any more of y'all's time, I will go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Goodbye, my lovelies.
3, 2, 1, jump!